All right, so I finally got the new live broadcast going. What a pain in the butt. I think the reason everything fell apart there is because it was right at the alignment of the full moon, and then like everything just fell apart. I was like, no. It's like, of course that's the timing, right? It's like, jeez, very silly.
So I have a question, Jay, because we are doing the body teams for tomorrow work. How do you want us to do with Isaac? The set up a doodle, schedule a meeting. Schedule a meeting, yeah.
So I mean, basically, we need to work together to just, like, we just need the list of the people who would be involved in the meeting, which we need to do by getting the information. And so we need to, from the form, right? So we need to do some outreach, let people know that we need this information about the housing, and, invite them to the meeting, get it scheduled, using a doodle or whatever. I mean, it's not that easy scheduling a meeting. Scheduling a meeting can actually be very, very difficult. So all three of us should work together and make it happen. And it can take weeks. It can take weeks, days and weeks to figure out how to schedule a meeting. And sometimes they never get scheduled. You try to schedule them and they never happen. So, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't get scheduled, but let's just do our best. But either way, I still think that, if you and Isaac can schedule a time, the probability I won't be able to be there is very small. So then we can all focus on it together.
Okay.
Does that sort of make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I feel like we have 10 minutes left in the FQN, full moon experience session. And so I think it would be good to just make sure we give some time and space, not for the Andromeda team, but for the global team. And,
okay. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, just seeing if there's like, I think we might have lost them, but I don't know.
The last thing you were saying was about frequency, Jay, before we lost you.
Well, I was mentioning how when Anacleta was talking about that it's like another frequency, that it's that's exactly what the FQN community sessions, like the FQN is. It's the frequency quantified network. And the whole context of it is aligning our energy and our consciousness. Like we have the whole group of us, like 5-6 people coming together on a different frequency, which is the full moon session. This is we're aligning ourselves with the moment that the Earth is directly in between the sun and the moon. And it's a frequency. It's a frequency of energy, of alignment that happens at a different rate of time. So if we go the next full moon and we align consciously on that full moon and these natural time cycles, it's like creating a different conscious energy frequency, and that's the experiment. And that's exactly what the FQN is, and the FQN experience is. So I thought it was really cool that Anacleta brought that up as far as like it being literally another frequency. So it's really exciting.
Okay, Isaac and Jorge, the document for the buddy team with me, it's already there in your main doc, okay?
Okay. Buddy team, okay, I see. All right, I see. There it is. So we're actually meeting tomorrow, yes.
Yes.
Making time in the morning. All right. Hey, how is the Asana platform working? Are we even using Asana or not?
No, not really. That's something we could prioritize. Eggs is using Asana. I feel like for me, it's like Asana's more useful for like what Anacleta was talking about, where like you just give people their tasks and they just go off and they do them and then they complete them on time, you know? Whereas when you do live sessions and you're collaboratively working on things, Asana becomes a little less essential. But
Yes.
I mean, if we want to put more time into setting up Asana, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, it would just someone has to just take initiative to do it. Because we have it all set up. It's just a matter of like getting it. Well, we have it started. It's a matter of getting it set up.
Once we have the master task list updated, I can probably work with either Jorge or Nelly, so we can sort out the task and add them to Asana and then assign them to each one of us.
Okay.
All right. What is it we're missing, Jay? Could you guide us this point?
Well, I think we should spend the last 5 minutes of FCON Experience doing a little evaluation. Since this is our first one that we did. So the first thing that we can evaluate is that, you know, Anacleta already mentioned that she really liked it. I think one of the things that you'll find when, you know, there's not as good of clarity and things are changing and moving all the time, and it's not as clear exactly what's going on, that it's that much more important to stop and take a time to reflect, you know, and having the open space for people to share their feelings and their thoughts and their ideas, right? So it seems like that in that context, this was a huge success. The other side of it for me is that our communications and our actual the actual like ability to connect the people together and have the meetings, like it obviously would have been extremely helpful if me and Nelly and Isaac or the entire Andromeda team had done a practice text only meeting.
Yes.
And then we could have had, you know, one facilitator for the live session call and one guide who actually ran the text only meeting. And so that would have helped a lot to try to bridge the global team and the Andromeda team. So I feel like that we were very unsuccessful at doing that, and we're going to need to keep practicing this, which is part of why we're not public yet. You know, it's like we need to practice this, get it down as a team, and then we'll be inviting, you know, dozens if not hundreds of people, especially when the movements get up, and then we'll have to be coordinating a lot of people, right? So I think that's all I need to say as far as the evaluation. So let's make sure that Jorge and Isaac get a chance to do a little evaluation and check out too. And then me and Nelly are going to continue with the global team and see what we can do from here.
I still have another hour.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Yeah, so Isaac, you can continue. So it's just Jorge who has to go.
All right. Just gonna raise my comment here. I was working on that while you were talking. Would say I like it here as well. It's a challenge. It is a learning process for me as well. But it's also a proposed change because, as you say, it's like everything is changing, and if we want to change and not sync with the tide, we need to change. So I don't think there's any company to let us do this apart from this. Probably Google, but come on, even Google has like different standards, but yeah, I like it here because you can manage your time. You can have some kind of workflow with your teammates. So it's good. I like it as well. I like this. I wish someday I could have like 100 tasks like Jay, because he's got all figured out.
I know.
No, I don't have it all figured out. I need help. It's too much, you know. So we just need to go, and it's like I can only do one at a time. You know, it's like, you know, because we can hand off one task at a time, and then, you know, but it's in many ways I can only hand out a responsibility, and then it's like people need to just figure it out. It's like the more you guys can ask me questions and bug me, the better. And I think that Isaac and Nelly, we talked about this new budgeting system,
Yes.
where we're basically, you know, we're going to actually put a little pressure on people to take initiative to actually, you know, if you don't know how to do your tasks, it's your responsibility to do it so that you can do your work so that you can get part of your pay. So I think that'll help as well. So yeah, but it's not a huge change. It's pretty minor, but I think overall there are, we're moving forward. Remember, this is just still the first month. I mean, we're barely started.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So anyone else want to evaluate the FQN lunar Selene full moon experience? Any other questions or evaluation on it before we move on?
Well, I think it's different. It's difficult. It's not.
Yeah, and Nelly, I'm sorry that you kind of tried to help deal with the global team and it didn't work out so well, but overall,
Yeah.
the experience itself, it shouldn't be super difficult. It's just awkward. I think awkward is actually the best word. You know, where
Yes.
it puts you in the moment where like, you know, what's going to happen? You know, who knows what's going to happen right now? What are we going to talk about? Who knows? But we just have to
Yes.
trust ourselves and trust whoever shows up that whatever we do need to do will happen, you know? But it's
Yes.
very different, you know? So anyways, we're going to get back more into the organized, facilitated meeting at this point for the last hour of our full moon session, and then and do some decision making. We're going to go through the budget and some other stuff. But the first decision that we need to make is, and we need a new document. So maybe I'll just have Abdul do that. Abdul, can you make a new doc, please? Wait, actually, no, I think maybe we can use the existing doc. Firefox, where is it? Text, hi guys. No, let's not. Let's use a new one. Should we use this? Yeah, I guess we can use it. Okay. So the question is, do we want to continue a live session or do we want to just go into the text only session?
We could try the text on the session. I think it's a good opportunity to try.
Yes.
Okay. So we've all decided that we're going to go into text only session, and we're going to go ahead. I'm going to leave the live feed going on, but there's not going to be a lot of talking. So this is the text only session, so audio session for the FQN experience session for the Here's the drama team here, so you have it. Where is it? The drama super team, doc for text only session. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump. And so you guys are gonna get on the doc, okay? And the first thing you do is you do I am here. We get everybody here.
I am.
Yes, we get everybody here.
All right, guys.
Okay, bye. Take care, Jorge.
Okay, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, Nelly.
See you tomorrow at 10.
Okay, bye-bye, Jay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Isaac.
Bye.
All right. James, we're starting the text only session, so I'm gonna leave this on so you can